So today let us start with our session. Today's topic is trade relations. So it is trade relations. First of all, what is trade? Trade is nothing but exchange of goods. So what is trade? Trade is exchange of goods. So if you are exchanging goods, for example, let us tell one person is there A, other person is there B. This person is giving, okay, let's just tell, this person is giving an apple to this person, and this person is giving a mango to this A person. So here what is happening? Exchange of good is happening. Exchange of good is nothing but anything. Here goods are nothing but they are items. Exchange of items or exchange of goods. So basically whatever the things that we use in our daily life are called as goods. But in economic terms, in terms of the higher level and economic higher level, we call these terms as there is a change in the term that is called as goods. All right, so when you exchange goods, that is called as trade. Okay, now especially let us focus on international trade, and yeah, we will also be focusing a bit on Indian trade as well, but here the emphasis will be on the international trade. Okay, so first, trade is nothing but exchange of goods. Here if you see, person A is giving an apple to person B, and in turn person B is giving a mango to to person A. Right, so here both these persons are exchanging the goods, so there is a trade that is happening between them. But here it is the individual level that we are speaking about. All right, but if you just see in international terms, that is for countries, we do have trade, right? Trade relations, trade system, everything. All right, so now India also has trade relations, and in fact, not only India, any country has trade relations. Alright, so here two important parts of trade relations are the imports and the exports. Both these are very important in terms of trade relations. Okay, so what are imports and exports? Let us see detailedly. Okay, so let us take the same example, children. So if you just take this person A, this person B, he is giving an apple, he is giving a mango, right? So here let us talk in terms of person A. For this person A, I'll highlight it, person A. What is happening here? He is giving this apple to person B. So whenever you are giving something that is yours to other person or other country, that is called as export. So yours, you are giving yours to other people, to others. Let me write it here. To others, it is called as export. If you are giving some product of yours, that is, this apple belongs to person A, he is giving it to B. So here person A is exporting this apple to person B. Okay, now we are considering the same person A. Here person B's mango is there. No, this mango belongs to person B. This person B is giving this mango to person A. Alright, so when he is giving this mangoes to person A, what happens here? Something he is getting from another person to you. If you are getting something to you, it is import. Okay, So from other person or any other country, if we are getting it to us, then it is called as imports. For example, just take it roughly, children. Let us suppose it is the Indian subcontinent, though it does not look like one, but let's just suppose this is India. So whatever things that we are getting from other countries into India, from different countries, if you are getting to India, all those products are known as imports. Okay, on the other hand, whatever we are sending out of India from our country, the products, if you are sending out of India, outside of India, they are called as exports. Understood the topic? So this is a basic concept that you need to understand. Okay, so I guess now you are clear with what is meant by exports and imports, right? So what is international trade? International trade is nothing but, if you have many countries, right? The trade between the countries. Just now we saw person A and B, right? This is example of individual trade. Two persons are doing it among themselves. Individual trade. But coming to countries, they are very huge territories, right? So countries, if there is trade existing between countries, one country or two or more countries, that particular thing is called as international trade. Okay, the exchange of goods, that is the trade relations among countries, that particular thing is called as what? It is known as international trade. India, of course, not only India but any country must be a part of international trade, otherwise it's not going to survive in present day's situation, in present day's condition, right? So India basically, what it will export, let us see the products. Let us see few of the products which India will frequently export to other countries. Okay, let us see the first one. So the first one, so let us see the first one. Exports, and exports, I am going to write this. First one is petroleum products. It is going to export petroleum products. Second one, maybe we can say gold. Third one, we can say medicines. Of course, medicines, you know, right? Recently also, like during the COVID time, when the pandemic was prevailing throughout the world, then India was one of the first countries to invent this vaccination against COVID-19, and it was exporting this to other countries as well, right? So of course the primary aim of Indian government and the Indian institutions was to provide the healthcare and provide and save the people of the nation, save Indians. But still, as we need to have trade relations, this was prevailing during that time, right? So now if you just see, if you just understand the ideology of trade, so all these products are being exported to other countries from India. These are prepared, or these are made, manufactured in India, and they are sent to other countries, which is known as exporting or export trade. Okay, let us see few of the imports that India has. We can say crude petroleum, we can say maybe gold. Again, gold also it will be importing at times, etc. That's it. Okay, so one important thing is, if you just see, let's just put aside this gold. Okay, let's just highlight an important thing here, and that would be what I have written here. I've highlighted something in yellow color, right? Just observe that. What India is doing here, it is importing the original petroleum from other countries, and it is making petroleum products in India. It is manufacturing petroleum products in India, and again those products it is exporting. Okay, so this is what is related to trade. This is completely trade. Understood my point? So this is how trade occurs within all the countries, among all the countries. And yeah, sometimes there might be ups and downs. You can just compare it with the ongoing Russia and Ukraine war. It's almost like more than around 8 months right now, 8 9 months, that this war has started between Russia and Ukraine. It's almost 9 months now, right? But still they are not stopping, like they're not waiting in order to, I mean, they're not compromising. Of course no one can compromise on their country, that's true. But if you just see here, because of that war between Russia and Ukraine, what happened is there was a lot of fluctuation in the trade relations, not only among Russia and Ukraine, but throughout the whole world. In among all the countries, there was fluctuations in trade. And of course, India too had a very great impact, has a very big impact because of that war that had occurred, right? So, one important thing here that we have to notice is trade is directly related to war. I can just create a formula kind of thing now. So, if you just see, trade is directly proportional to war. Means if war will increase, trade will, let me say inversely, right? That is better. Trade will decrease. If war will reduce, trade among countries will increase. I guess you understood this concept. Now, assuming that you have understood this concept, let us move on to the next one. That is few of the most important roots of the trade, the international trade. Now, if you just see, we have various kinds of transportation systems. One is land, air, water. These are the major types of, all these are transportation ways. All right. Now, if you just see, if you transport through land, it is very, like, it takes a lot of time, of course. Here land, more time. If you see aeroplanes and all, they will take less time. Of course, railways also comes under land only. Here you can just consider railways also. They also come under land only. Now, if you take water, it also takes more time again. Okay. Now, you might think, by seeing that land will take more time, water will also take more time, but air travel is going to take less time. So I think this is the best form of trade. Like, this one is the best form of trade, air travel, like aeroplanes and all. But it is absolutely wrong. It is absolutely 100% wrong. What is the correct thing? What is the correct thing now? Let me just tell you one thing, that inland transportation cost is like, let's just say intermediary. Let's just say intermediate. It is not too high, not too low. Let's just compare, okay? Because railways also, no, it's not too more, too less. It's intermediate. Coming to this air, it is very costly. Very, very costly. Coming to water, it is very cheap. Now, what would you tell? Of course, most of you will be likely to choose what? This water only. Right? This water. Because although it is taking more time, yeah, of course it's taking more time, but still here it is very cheap. Instead of spending a lot of cost and going in less time, we can just opt for the cheapest one. And of course, it although it takes more time, there is no change in that, right? Because trade, if you just send, instead of sending it 10 days later, just send it 10 days before. What's there in that? Of course, if you just speak in some kind of agricultural crops or food products, agro-based industry is completely different. Yeah, you should not compare this with that, right? So here one important thing is, water is the best means of transportation these days. And earlier it was best means of transportation, even today it's best means of transportation, right? So now that's the reason. And coming to one land, one of the most important trade route is the Silk Route. Children, this is not the dairy milk silk, children. This is nothing but Silk Route. It will be like a very long, it's a very huge route. Air, we don't have any specific route, it's not like that. Water, many are there. For example, few canals, let's discuss. Suez Canal, Panama Canal, right? So many are there actually. Now let us focus on this Suez Canal, which is very important. Now what we are gonna do is, so we have Suez Canal. Okay, 1 minute. So what is Suez Canal? It is nothing but a water trade route. Suez Canal is nothing but water trade route. Very simple, but very complicated also. Very simple, but very complicated also. Now, how is that possible? Let me just explain you with some diagrammatic representations and few pictorial forms, so that you will understand it much more clearly. Okay, so that's very important, because if you just see something pictorially, you get habitually, like you remember it for a longer period of time. So I'm going to do that. Okay, now, so if you just see, this Suez Canal is present in, where is it present? It is present in Egypt. I think you all know what is Egypt, right? Of course, mummies, pyramids, everything, famous in Egypt, right? So Suez Canal is present where, children? It is present in Egypt. Okay. Now, if you just see here, you are able to see this, right? Here there is a canal built. Suez Canal is man-made, children. First of all, what is a canal? Let me just explain you. Let me just start from basic things. What is a canal, first of all? What is a canal or canal? Nothing but a routeway. Sorry. So passageway. Here all land will be there. So here let me just do it like this. Here land will be there. Here also land will be there. In between, here all water will be there. This is all water. Canal is nothing but a stream of water. It's a water body kind of. Okay, I guess in last class you remember or not, we have discussed about water bodies, right? So here land will be there. Here also land will be there. In between, water will be there. This kind of thing is called a canal or canal. There are many canals in this world. Among them, the most famous canal is the Suez Canal. Okay. So the most famous one is the Suez Canal. Okay. It's the most famous one. It is present in Egypt. If you just see here, it is present here. This is land. 1 minute. This is land. This is land. Between this, no? This part is where Suez Canal is present. This is Suez Canal. This part. Okay, this is Africa. Of course, I guess you know. This is Europe. Here comes Asia. And here comes our beloved India. See the way India stands among all the countries. That's the distinction of India. Alright. So now, this is a brief introduction about Suez Canal. Now let us go deeply about this. Okay. So basically, children, if you want to go for some trade purpose or something, for example, here India is there, right? If you want to go from India to London or somewhere from here, from India to London, here London is, we just change the color, no? Here India is there, from India to London. If you want to go, basically what you have to do, so here is India, here is London. What you have to do is, you have to go like this, like this. Here Mumbai coast is there, children. From here like this, 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 and you will reach London. Instead of going this long route, turning around Africa, this is Africa, right? Turning around Africa and going, it takes lot of time, much more money is used, much more energy, everything. Why all this? It's a waste of time, money, everything. So what people did was they built a canal. Okay, they constructed a canal. So that what happens is, I'm going to draw it with the yellow color. From here, you can go like this, directly you can go to London. The distance is reduced for about 8,900 kilometer. Just imagine, 8,900 kilometer distance is reduced. Your time is saved, money is saved, everything is saved. Right, so Suez Canal is very helpful. Suez Canal is very helpful for trade relations. Important, this is important point. So very, very important. Remember, anyone might ask you any question regarding this. Very important, right? Now let us go deeper and deeper into this topic. So children, if you just see, the canal will be something like this. Here you can see land is there. Land is there. Here land is there. All here you have water. This is all water. You can just see, right? Water. Here all water is there. Again we have land here. Here all we have land. Here we have land. That side we have land like this. And again in between this water came like this, water came like this, it came like this. Alright. And you can see many ships, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, bigger one. So around 10 ships are only there in this picture, children. They are all, you can just see in that edge also. Many ships will go through this. If you see, this particular ship also has aeroplanes and all on it, aircrafts, everything on it, some land for the aircrafts to leave. Down it has cabins, everything, right? From small ships to big cruisers, small boats to big cruisers will cross the Suez Canal. And you know what, children? Suez Canal will be like a kind, we will have a check kind of gate, check gate, like you have like toll gates and all, right, in our country. Like that Suez Canal will have a check gate kind of thing, toll gate kind of thing. You can consider there. If you want to cross Suez Canal, to cross one time you need to pay how much? Let me just highlight this. No, you need to pay 10 crore rupees, 10 crores to cross one time in Suez Canal. Just imagine the profit that this Egypt country is earning. I think without this Suez Canal, Egypt cannot participate in trade relations. It cannot live. It cannot live. That's it. That's it. There is no other point at all. 10 crores per ship just for one time. Just imagine the amount, the revenue of it. Egypt survives only because of this Suez Canal today. Only because of this Suez Canal. Remember, very important. Right? So that's the reason I've been focusing on this topic. Now, let us get still deeper into this one by taking a scenario which happened in Suez Canal maybe 1 year or 2 years ago. Let's just see that scenario now. It's very important. You have to compare this and you have to frame a case-based kind of, this is a case-based kind of theory that I'm going to tell you. What you have to do is, your task is, you have to find solutions for that. If you are in such position, what you will do, that is your task. Let us move on, children. So here comes our case-based question, case-based study. Case-based study. Here land is there. Here land is there. This is Suez Canal. What happened was, a ship, here you can see Evergreen. Evergreen, it is written here, right, in white letters. I'm retracing it. A very huge carrier Evergreen got stuck in the Suez Canal. Very huge one. So here if you see this one, the ship is stuck like this. There is no way to move. Here, how did this happen? Many of them tell that when the ship was going straightly like this, due to heavy winds were coming in the opposite direction. No, heavy winds were coming like this direction. No, heavy winds were coming, and those winds, they pushed the boat in this direction, and it got stuck into the land. It went into the land, it got stuck there. It took around 1 week to solve this problem. In that 1 week, just imagine the loss of Egypt. Just imagine the loss that Egypt had. Just imagine. So, this one incident had the world in uproars. It had the total world in approach because the total trade, most trade was done through this canal. It was very important. They lost a lot of revenue for 1 week. How much revenue do we think? Huh? So, I can just imagine one incident, that's it. It can change anything, right? So, only thing that I would like to tell is, if you were in this scenario, if you were given this task to resolve this problem, what would be your solution? That is the task of your week. All right. So that's all for today, children. In today's session, we have seen what is trade, what are trade relations, what is imports, exports, and then we have seen what are, like, with examples also, what is trade and all, international trade, foreign trade. International trade is also known as foreign trade. And then I've mainly focused on different types of water, transportation methods, and we have mainly focused on water, and in that water also we have mainly again focused on something important called as Suez Canal or Suez Canal. Alright, so that's all for today's session, children. Hope you enjoyed this session, and the task, please do complete the task. The task will be again posted in the group so that you can just refer it and then complete it. Okay, thank you, children. Have a nice day.